Okay, and we are back, traders. It's currently Wednesday, 23rd April 2025. And as you already know, the month is coming to an end. And just like I had said in a previous video, I think that was the video that I made on Monday. That was 21st April 2025, by the way. I'd say that usually at the end of months, the monthly candle tends to retrace a little bit lower. So in the event that we're bullish, yes, the monthly candle is going to move up significantly, create a top, and we're going to see retracement happen on the lower time frame as we create that weekly top of the monthly candle. And what do we see here? So we're going to first begin with the chart that I was using for my analysis yesterday, and it was this chart right here. So I had said that in the event that we see price on the 1 hour time frame respect this area of liquidity just after price tapped into this level here of 3,500, just tapped that level just a little bit, then started to reverse. It barely went even above this price line. Anyway, we had said that in the event that we are to continue any higher, well, we would expect to see price respect this zone by printing this confirmation pattern to push prices up to the upside. And I personally had a trade at this level right here. So let's go to the 5-minute time frame so I can show you that trade a little bit better. Yeah, so on the 5-minute time frame, so price came and tapped me in. I took a risk entry at this level, as you can see. So price came and wicked me in. However, I did not close out this position, and there are reasons why. So I expected that this would be the level to break above this level here, but there were just a few things that I missed out. So on the initial tap-in of this level right here, going to the 1-minute time frame, I got convinced a little bit too early, given the fact that I'd already seen price come to the level, give me double bottoms right here before tapping me in. As you can see here, price almost took me out, but it didn't. But I wasn't taken out, and I was really moving in profit for something like about 260 pips, as you can see. But then after that, price reversed on me. So why did that happen? On the 5-minute time frame, price came to that level, but then failed to break above at least this shoulder area here, right? This level here, as you can see, it failed to break above it with a wick to body break, and probably that also plus other factors here and there, we saw this trade fail. So initially I thought that this trade would be the one, so I just decided to sit and forget it, but it took me out. So reviewing on how the trade went, I used a proper lot size. I didn't move my stop loss order. Why? Because sometimes price tends to come back and retap that zone, more so in the lower time frames, before exploding off to the upside. So my case was price to go to the upside. I used a proper lot size, yes, risk management, but the only flaw was trade management. I was supposed to be a little bit more focused, because anyway, in previous videos still I had anticipated such an outcome, so I was already prepared for this even before it happened. Yeah, it's a little bit disturbing that the area did not really hold, but it held for some time. So meaning this was a valid trade at this point in time. But the only flaw was to manage it, and that's something on my part that I need to fix. So when do we know that uh, an area is going to hold? When do we know to hold our positions longer? You know, those are just the simple things that I need to fix in my trading in my trading journey here. Well, I actually got some little indicators before this move here happened, but then I decided to just be a little bit blind to it. But then something about this trade was already a little bit fishy to me. Well, one being, I saw that price failed to even create some little gaps here, some significant. Because usually after price does something like this, it tends to create a significant little gap there. So that gap there usually for me, it shows, it gives me some more confidence, because I expect that now that level, it shows that, well, there is momentum in the market. That level, yes, in the event that price comes back to retest it, there will be some other stronger levels too, to hold off the price, then probably push prices higher. But when I saw that price right here, it didn't even create any nice levels gaps that I like to see after a pattern like that on the candlestick. So that also showed to me that there was something a little bit fishy about this trade, amongst other factors. Also the fact that price failed to break above this level here, but then I had overlooked that was a flaw, and that's something that I need to fix, because we get nice trades. I tend to get nice trades, but it's things like this that turns them into losers, because this was a perfect trade. On another pair, you wait for about 2 days, 3 days, 4 days to get such pip movement of 200 plus pips. But in gold, this was good within something like about 30 minutes. So this right here was a good trade setup, but it wasn't optimized well. That's something that I need to fix. So right here below, we see that price went stepped into a given zone there. Then it went for about 300 pips. Then later on, what do we see? Price failed to break above this level here. What did that show? Sellers came to eat. So yes, I was already aware of such an outcome. So yes, I was already prepared mentally to see price do something like this. So yes, after this this move here, price kept on breaking bullish areas of liquidity back to back, and as you can see, price is moving down like that. Let me use another chart so that I can show you something else, because there is more to this. Okay, this is still the gold chart. Let me use the 1 hour time frame. Plot out the 3,500 line. Okay, cool. And the first area that showed the initial reversal, which is right here. Okay, and currently it's currently 7:50 a.m. UTC +3, and this is Wednesday's price action. So Tuesday closed off like this. Wednesday opened with a gap down. We can see at from 1 to 4 a.m. price quickly filled this gap all the way. However, price failed to break above here with a wick to body break of structure. Let's use this candle. So as you can see, price failed to break above this level with a wick to body break of structure. It only broke with a wick to wick break of structure. Distance that has already been moved by the markets to this area, from this area where I got invalidated, where my trading idea got invalidated, to where we are right now, or maybe where price went to. Price dropped for about 1,000 pips, really. As you can see, 10,000 points. So for those who got sells, well, 10,000 pips was for the taking. I personally, I didn't take any sell trades after I got invalidated at this area, given the fact that I did not see clear indicators for me to enter. Well, maybe there was this retracement right here, but I didn't want to rely so much on that. I like to take my trades with somewhat tighter, stop losses, and there are other factors that I like to see, but I didn't see them clearly. Oh, okay, maybe there was this one. There was this level right here. I didn't see it in time, probably. From the area that we got tapped in, got invalidated, there was another support turned to resistance. So we had here resistance turned to support. So I'd expect that my trade will go on higher. But then what do we see? Price created another flip before even breaking above this level here. So yes, this probably was my area, maybe for re-entry, sales now, but I didn't see it in time at that point. I was a little bit, I was off the charts, because this move happened at 5:30 p.m. I was off the charts. So probably maybe if I saw my setup get invalidated real quick and I analyzed the charts a little bit earlier, I would have probably taken this trade. Maybe. But as it looks like, I don't think I would have, because the area, the risk is big. And anyway, overall we're still bullish on gold. I wouldn't want to take any sell setups, but anyway, yes, if at all you find your reasons to enter more sells, well, you should. Why not? But personally, I'm waiting buys. This right here is a targeted low, by the way. Let me do that. Let me write that. Targeted low. Why? As I said, in the 1 hour time frame, we see that this area here only broke with the wick to wick after closing this gap right here. So we expect to see price go a little bit more bullish, very more bearish before we go bullish. I remember I had marked up this area here. Did I? I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, this price here, price here was dumped into this. There was a flip down there. There was a flip kind of level. An area where support turned to resistance. Let me see. Yeah, right here. As we can see, as price dumped, it just tapped into that area exactly, and it went on for 600 pips. Well, 680 or almost 700 pips, you could say. So this happened in the Tokyo session. So as you can see, if at all you know what you're doing in the Tokyo session, well, it got activated in the Sydney session. So Tokyo session has come around, so we're seeing things reversing, but a large portion of the move happened during the Tokyo session. So we see the Sydney session and the Tokyo session, but yeah, you can still get some very nice moves in the Tokyo session on gold. As you have seen, gold is moving real heavy. Look at that. We moved up 700, almost 700 pips. Then after that, we are moving down another 500 pips. So that's crazy. And the goal is to get better and better with the execution, with the analysis. So within probably like 6 months, we'll definitely be better. So this right, amidst all the maybe losses here and there, I'm not discouraged. I know that it's part of the process. I mean, just looking at last year, just judging by my journey, just last year I could barely understand what the hell price was doing or even wanted to do, or like I didn't even understand what we were looking at. I mean, looking at candlesticks and all this type of stuff, liquidity. Those are things that I did not understand and didn't even know how to weave them together to create some kind of system to give off even 20 pips on gold. But even you can see we can get something like 200 pips on gold, meaning we're somewhere. And even we can even get 1,000 pips on gold. Just as you can see, if at all maybe we were alert. I was alert anyway. A little bit more alert, I could have got this move again. This was already 1,000 pips to the downside, this area of liquidity here, this bullish area of liquidity. But then, given the fact that it has failed to break above here, this area is going to get targeted anyway. I didn't take it because there was a little bit of a gap. There were other gaps down below here. And usually for me, such levels, according to my back testing and my experience in the market, I realized that levels that have gaps beneath them, most of the time, okay, yes, they get respect for some time, but then after that, they get violated. Probably also one of the reasons why this area didn't hold so much. There was another area for re-entry. There were other little gaps there, but immediately at this level, well, there were barely any gaps. So anyway, yes, that's probably another reason why it actually still held for some time. So good. So all that aside, what do we expect gold to do next? Well, let's begin with we could just begin maybe by looking at the monthly candle. The monthly candle, as you can see, it's bullish, but we see a big wick at the top. So we've already begun technical analysis with the big three time frames. And as you remember, I'd say given the fact that we're in the last weeks for this month, a reversal was bound to happen. Usually reversals happen, but then these reversals are just retracement moves to get to lower liquidity. Given the fact in the event that we're buying, so we're just seeking lower liquidity to then go higher, because the projection for gold is to go well over $4,000. So even if price is moving like this, so we go to the weekly time frame. Weekly time, what do we see? We see a big wick at the top. We see a big wick at the top, and in the event that that price flips and we go and this kind of becomes black or red for most people, we will see price coming for this level right here, for this previous weekly low. It already took the weekly high liquidity, price is failing to close above here. So, well, in the event that the sellers overpower the buyers in this market, we'll see that price will take now this weekly low right here, and the days after that, the trades that will be framed around them will be bearish until we reach a suitable bullish area of liquidity. Now, what is that level? So we go to the last big three time frame. I'd say that I look at the big 3 time frames here, the monthly, weekly, daily, to understand the true trend of the market. So weekly, we already know that the environment that has been framed for us right now is one where buyers are facing so much pressure from the sellers. So as you can see right here, so in the event that we see price break below this level here on the daily time frame, which is bound to happen, the daily time frame, we could expect price to come lower. We could expect some little buy positions that could come up from those levels there. But ultimately, I was looking at the weekly bullish area of liquidity as the area to get proper buy positions from before we go any higher. So as I had already said, I expect that this low will get taken out, right? And as that low gets taken out, as you can see, this low is for this area of liquidity here, but this low will probably get taken out. Yes, we can expect some buying opportunities here, but most likely this level will not really hold. So I expect the price will go down to this zone right here to pick better areas for buying. So right now we are still looking bullish, but I see that this low here is bound to get taken out. And as it gets taken out, we'll see price bounce a little bit at that zone, and we'll probably get to a zone like that, and this is something that I'll be looking forward to see clearly on the lower time frames. That's the 1 hour and the 15-minute time frame. So going to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see that, well, the 4-hour time frame price is looking real bearish, but it's not yet conclusive. This low has to get taken out first. This low here has to get taken out first. As you can see, it looks like it's actually going to get taken out, and there is a level here. Price will definitely get magnetized to such a level because there are gaps here. There's inefficiency here, and this level will hold for some time given the fact that there are no immediate gaps below. But even that place doesn't hold, we'll definitely see price coming for these lower areas of liquidity. So I remember last time I told you that my system tells me to focus on these areas here that recently broke the overall break, high time frame break of structure. So this area here, this is a significant level for me. So it led to the break of this structure here, of this swing high. sometime back in April. So in the event that we see something like this, such a level, it will definitely take more buy orders, more buy positions to take prices and break above this 3,500 line, and yes, then after that we'll be in the range of 3,500 to $4,000. That's it for now, and we'll see how price plays out.